Asatuma Sadgamaya Tamasuma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya Aviravirmayedhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, welcome you all to be in our study of this Shanti Gita, the song of peace, which is very much needed in our life. We are too much in this world of unrest and unsettled situation. So peace everywhere is necessary. That's why every prayer we end with peace, peace, peace. That means peace in three levels. What I create my trouble and I am not peaceful, let there be peace. What someone creates for me, restlessness, tension, anxiety, fear, so let there be peace. And which no one we can blame, like natural catastrophe and disasters, where we are always going on all over the world. There also we need peace. The peace is very important in life, and to attain peace is the goal of life. So this new book, which we have started, is really Arjuna got peace when his son was killed and he was devastated because of that. But with the grace of the Lord Krishna, he got peace. So let us move on to get the same peace in our heart so that we can be peaceful in the three levels, in physical level, mental level, emotional level, intellectual level, and in real self, as also in the face of the challenges which I am creating for myself and created by others and by the natural calamities. That means to be a free soul, that is the goal of this Shanti Gita. So last time in the introduction chapter we are here, we read up to verse number 11, and what we got, you all probably can download this material from our website. You just click there and you will get it.
It's also in the description of the video. It's also in the description of the video.
It is also in the description of the video. You can find that just to click it there. So Vedanta.org/Shanti-Gita. Vedanta.org/Shanti-Gita. That will also give you. So we, with the praise, first we started with the praise of that Vishnu Narayana, who is being all pervaded, and the author saluted him, and also that Guru, he saluted him. And then the introduction chapter started that there in the famous dynasty of the Pandavas, there is Janamejaya, his son, his name was Satanika, the king. He was one day sitting in his palace, surrounded by his ministers and administrative officers, and also pandits, and their music, as there are always chanters, musicians and chanters to praise the king that was going on, and it was everyone, and the king was engaged in delighted discussion with the other members. But at that certain time, we find that there approaches one great sage, Shanta Brata, Muni, Muni Shanta Brata, Tapa, Shanta Bratam, and he, as soon as he came, the ancient tradition was to show respect to a spiritual personality. Even the king will stand up with reverence, which give his own kingly throne to the penniless, austere monk or an austere householder even. So when the Shantabrata Rishi, the Muni, approached, then naturally the king stood up with all reverence and saluted him and gave him the seat and then washed his feet and hand and feet and all this. After that, he made him sit on the throne and he gave up his own throne. King gave up his own throne. What a great tradition, spiritual tradition, honoring the spirituality above all material. Kings are rich people, and they are the wealth and prosperity, but and power and pomp and power, the military power and other things. But higher power is spiritual power. So that is the uniqueness to be seen in India in all these stories. Now we ended the other day reading, then that he asked it, the king asked, so how are you, sir, etc., etc. And also then the holy sage, he also said, yes, I am happy, we are happy under your nice in this kingdom. You are such a spiritual, good ruler under which we are all happy. So your happiness is our happiness. So, say Rajo Basho, the 11th verse we read, the king said, "O Brahman, in a kingdom where an ascetic like you," that is the verse number 10, is constantly engaged in austere practices, there happiness emerges naturally of its own accord. No? We need not have to run for happiness, but happiness comes automatically when such a spiritual personality lives in the kingdom. So, and then 11th verse we ended with the my welfare. You are asking about my welfare. My welfare, wellness of my family, and peace in this kingdom are there at all times due to your protected blessings and your gracious glances. No? So he said that you are also such a one holy person. You live in this kingdom. Your austere practices, its impact, it goes into the society. And by your grace, by your glance, every inauspicious things become auspicious. So my welfare means king saying my welfare and wellness of my family and peace in this kingdom are there all time because you, such a highly spiritual sage saint, are here and you are all protecting us, giving support to this. So that's why it is all by your grace we are happy. Now the 12th verse. Start today. Pranipatya tatu raja vinaya avanata punaha kritanjali puta praho tvang munishattamam. Now, Pranipatya, the king, saluted again. Pranipatya, totally surrendering at his feet of the sage. Tatu Raja, that king, Vinaya Avanata, again become very humble, with great humility. Again, Punaha, Kritanjali Puta, with folded palms like this. Praho Tang Munishattamam. Then he told that Muni, that sage, he asked this, what he said, Praho with much devotion, and said that Muni, the great Muni. What he said? So thereafter the king again offered his humble salutation to the great sage and with folded palms said. So this is the tradition that You go to a holy person or a holy person comes to you, you take advantage of his spiritual wisdom. So you just cannot just go to a person and say, hey, hello, give me wisdom. No, it does not work like that. In spiritual domain, you have to be humble. And you have to prostrate and you have to ask for spiritual question. This is the mistake people do. Going to a holy person, they should ask only spiritual questions because they are experts in that. If you go to a holy person and ask for your investment, then you may lose your investment. Because he is holy man, but his expertise is another field. You go to an efficient person who deals with investment. So similarly, going to a spiritual person, which you will not be available anywhere, so to extract the juice of spirituality, it is called the poking the honeycomb, so that you get the honey. So the king intelligently, then after again and putting him into the sitting in the royal throne, the king again offered his humble salutations to the great sage, and with folded hands he started saying what he said. Shrutva bhavat prasadena tattvavarta sudha pura idaning shrutumichhami jaccha sara tarang prabhu Shutva tatkrita krityasyam kripaya badame mune. He is saying that the king is requesting that previously Suta bhavat prasadena. By your grace, I have heard. I heard from you. Tattvavarta. Tattva means the truth. What is the truth? God is the truth. Brahman is the truth. Atman is the truth. That tattvavarta, that varta, related to tattva. It equals to remind me later on. Naki. Could uninstall or what? Click, two things are coming. Why they send this time? Suta, we have heard, Bhavat Prasadena, by your grace, Tattvavarta, the message of truth, message of Brahman, message of Atman. And it is like nectar-like message. Pura means long ago, I have heard from you. Now, that means you told me before, I also met you, you also met me. So you have told me before about the ultimate truth of spirituality, or what is the end and end or the goal of human life. You have talked about that. Now, but still you have done it before. But idanim, now, today, now, shrotum ichchami, I want to listen. I want to listen the same spiritual truth. Yat, that, and sarataram. Sara means the essence. Sarataram means the essence of the essence. But there are many scientific truths we do not know. That's very essential truth. But what is the essential, most essential of all essential truths? That is the cosmic reality, Satchidananda. That is the ultimate truth. We are not this, and that is the end result of our journey, to feel that we are a part of that cosmic consciousness, or we are that. Aham Brahmasmi, no? So this type of essence, or more precious truth, what you have said before, O Prabhu, O Lord, he is honoring the sage like the king of kings. No? That's why we call Maharaja. In Hindi, that is a tradition. In India, if you go, the monks are addressed like Maharaj. Maharaj. We call Raja Maharaj here Maharaj. But in India, South India, North India, if you go walk around, they say Maharaj. Kaisa hai Maharaj? How are you, Maharaj? That Maharaj means king of kings. But Maharaj means, oh, honorable sir. That is a respectful address. Even householder people I have seen, they address some senior householder. They say, Kaisa hai Maharaj? How are you, sir, today? Like that, with humility. And here monks also, that language, Sadananda Swami, who is Swami Vivekananda's disciple, he was in upper India. It's called the Uttar Pradesh area. Huh? So Hatras, he was the station master there. So in that language, that area, this type of custom is there. Any honorable person, sadhus, they are addressed. Oh, sir, with humility they say, Maharaj. So here also, he says, oh Prabhu, oh Maharaj, Lord, you are the Lord. He is a penniless guy, you are saying him a Lord. What does it mean? You are penniless in the material world. But in spiritual world, you are the Lord of Lords. So that is the point. That's why even sadhus are called Maharaj. So is it not a just what type of statement for a penniless person to say you are the king of kings? No? But yeah, they are king of kings in the spiritual domain. So that is why they are called Maharaj or O Lord. And why am I asking this? Sutva, after listening this message from you, thought that Kritakritta will be, I'll be feeling that I have attained what is to be attained. What is to be attained in life is God. See the values again and again to see the ancient tradition of India rests in spirituality. Swami Vivekananda also said that renunciation and service is the what is the exactly the essence of India's spiritual values mostly, renunciation and service. So renunciation leads us to realization of the Supreme. So that's why that I will attain. I am a king, but I am not fulfilled my entire desire. I am not saturated with my desire. I will complete my expectation or living in the world become fruitful when I hear from you the spiritual truth which I want to listen from you. So I request you, Krita Kritya, that means I will feel what is to be attained, I have attained. Sama, I shall be. By, so if I hear from you, Kripaya, with your kindness, Bada, tell me, O Muni, O says. O says, therefore, what the king said in this entire verse, he said, by your grace, is not the first time. Here was another point. Those who are not sincere, they will say, oh, I have heard it. I have listened to that. I read Gospel. I read the Upanishad. I have read all Bharam. Nowadays I hear anyone from the very, they have this idea, anything, they say that I know this, I know that, I have read this, I have read that. It's not reading, but you have to assimilate. That's why they see the king's attitude. Kings, in earlier days, kings used to know the Vedic chanting, the Vedas, its significance, its meaning in early days. So they know all these things. But when they are coming to a holy man, then they don't leave that opportunity to give up and go on business. Had it been today's context, suppose some sage enters into the Senate house. And then what will happen there? The Senate will say, hey, get out, who is it? Come here. We are discussing about very important issues here. But here, on the contrary, look at India. He is a king and he stopped his other business. Priority went to know about the supreme truth. And he is requesting, please, oh sir, oh Muni, by your grace I have heard from you in the past the nectar-like words about absolute truth. I have heard it before about Brahman Atman. One time listening is no, it does not set at all. So we are, look at this Hollywood Center here. It is almost coming to soon, maybe centenary, maybe coming after some years, no? So many years, what it is done here from this, I am sitting here, before me someone is here, before me someone is here. What they did, talked about the same thing, is it not? I am here 27 years. So what we are seeing that every day, this evening, noon time, this time, that time, what is going on? Talk. Why you have to talk so much? What new thing you get? Only when it is to be served with much spices. Who can add more spice, then food becomes little delicious. No? So if you add science to it, if you add psychology to it, but what the essential truth? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mitha. Jiva Brahma Manapara. That has been said in thousands and thousands of volumes of these scriptures. And the recorded lectures here piled up. What they have talked about so many years. Think about that. Every week, how many talks go on here? From beginning, not today. So why are you talking so much, so many times? So same word, we are tired of it. Our Hridayaram used to tell Ramakrishna, Mom, uncle, mama, why are you talking the same thing every day? New. Bring something new. And Ramakrishna used to scold, you rascal, I will say the same thing 100 times. What is that to you? So that is the point. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. It is to be again and again, we have to hear and analyze and dive deep so that this new thought that I am not the body, not the mind, I am the Atman. This is all Maya, this is all played of the three gunas. Again and again saying this way, that way, that this is all transitory, this is all moving, this is not me, I am only in this state. It is to sink into our consciousness. That's why it is to be repeated. In other books, if someone writes a book, repeats the same word again and again, it becomes redundant. But for here, it becomes precious. The 6 ways of preaching. Who is a good writer in Vedantic text? They say, so they have 6 qualities. What you are talking or what you are writing, at the very beginning, first you present, this is the thing I am going to talk. Upakram. At the very upakram is, today we are reading that upakram means the introduction. At the very introduction you say what you want to say. I am Atman, I am Brahman. The supreme truth is the subject here. No? And then upakram, upasangha. When you end the book, you should say, yes, we started with this discussion. That is the conclusion of our entire discussion. Upakram, upasangha. Then abhyasa. Again and again in the entire book, it may be 500 pages book, you repeat 500 times, 1,000 times, the same truth in between, this way, that way. Oh, this is the conclusion. Say this way, that way, this is the conclusion. Again that way, this is the conclusion. Upakram, upasangha, abhyasa, and arthava. You have to praise. This Atman is so great. If you achieve, all suffering will go away. You have to praise that glory of that what you are talking about. Like that, there are some system. So, which is not considered to be monotonous, But in Vedanta, you cannot think that monotonous. That is not monotony. It is necessary, otherwise these will go over the head. And it will not sink here. As we say, it comes to the ear and goes out to the other ear. But it should sink here, in between. So that's how to sink it. You have to listen, meditate, contemplate. So the book is helping us to repeatedly hammering the same point. And the king is requesting the holy man, Santabrata, that I have heard, but please tell me again. So I have heard from you in the past the nectar-like words about absolute truth. Now again, I desire to hear those most precious message. Therefore, kindly tell me, O sage, listening to which I shall feel that I have attained the purpose of my life. Huh? So that is the request. Then, naturally, see, there is no ambiguity. There is no delay in responding to the earnest question of the student. So, in the Gita, that's why he said, what he said, that if you go to a teacher, you have to have pariprasnena, pranipatena, pariprasnena, shevaya. 3 means to get knowledge in spiritual life. Material knowledge, it does not know. You go to university, you can put your leg in front of the teacher and even start in smoking in front of him. Matters little. You do not have to salute and humble and lay down. But spiritual thing, you will have to come down, bow down your head. Pranipatya. That. And then pariprasna. Why you bow down? To say, oh Lord, oh Master, I do not know all these things. I am humble. Please give me your wisdom. Pariprasna, question. I am doubtful. This world I see so real, and you say it is all Brahman. I don't know, how can I understand it? All this intricate question, pariprasnena. And he may say, but he may feel that you are not fit because you are not sufficiently humble or your mind is not ready to purify. Go and serve him. Shevaya. Because nowadays books are available. As I said, you download, you get it. With the early days, downloading will come from the mouth of the Guru. Because it is holding, there is no book. Teachers don't carry any book in early days. So everything they carry within them.
Like this book doesn't have English translation. They have to listen it from you.
So yeah, now this book is also now no English translation. So you have to bear with me with this translation, what I am trying to do. But the point is that this is 3 questions are given in the Bhagavad Gita, that you should go to a spiritual person with humility. That we saw, the king was so humble, humility. And then question, second thing he started. He said, and first thing he do, Sevaya, already started. Come, sir, sit here. I wash the feet, wash his hand. Probably they have given something to eat also, that has not been mentioned yet. Some drinks or something. When an honored guest comes, what do you do? You bring some juice or some sweets, no? So that those are understood that it is inside. So you see, when you go to a spiritual teacher to learn something, this formula is the standard formula, and the king has followed all these formula. And the Santabrata Rishi saw the sincerity of the Satanika, the king, and now the Santabrata sage is talking about. What he said? Srinurajan pravakshyami saram gujyatamang param jaduktam vasudevena parthayo shokashantaye. Srinurajan, O Rajan, O King, Listen. Srinu means listen. Prabhakshami, this is very lucid. This book is beautiful. Anyone can understand. Sanskrit is so simple. Those who have any, particularly, it will be easy for Indian people because all Indian languages mostly are Sanskrit mother. It came out of the Sanskrit. So if you know each word, these words are in your mother tongue. You use it this way or that way. So you know basic idea, it can be done. It is written in a simple language. So Srinu, listen, O Rajan, O King, Prabhakshami, I will narrate to you, I shall relate to you good saram, that essential truth. I will tell you. You are asking to tell me the essential truth. I will tell you the essence. Gujjatamam, which is most secret. Why most secret? The spiritual science is a science, but there should be competent student. So unless a student is ready, this is secret. It remains secret because if you tell even, no one will understand. If you go to a person who never heard of any scientific truth and say Einstein's theory of relativity, you just go and give a lecture on that, what will happen to him? Will he absorb anything or he will be bored and boring and run away from that place? So that's why even the highest truth is being spoken, there are only few people who can absorb that. That's why secret. It is secret, kept secret that way, because to go to the right person. And if it goes to the wrong person, they make a misinterpretation. There are many people who critically look at the life of Christ and bring the life of Christ to their level and make him like ordinary person, fall in love with Mary Magdalene, these, that nonsense stories. No? Maybe there is something, but they take that part. They're not ready to receive the spiritual message for which the incarnation has come to give. And they pull the incarnation down to their level and think they are also all look at the world in the level of the lower chakras. See, this happened with everyone, with all the spiritual people. So don't give. Christ word, don't throw your pearls among the swines. Pearls are pearls. You keep secret. Don't give it to the swines. Swine will what they will understand. So people of the swine characteristic will eat filthy things. The example is a very deep meaning. Even Christ is giving blessed are the pure in heart and this and that, and his life is transforming so many lives. Those have no value in their life. They like to eat at the swine's eat. Those type of food is good for them. They can make a chutney of it and enjoy. But for spiritual people, that's why it is secret. And when you let go, this varies. Why the initiation time? People say, keep your mantra very secret. Why? Because it is to be earned. You have to earn it by your sincerity, by your practice, prayer to talk God, and then a good person will come in life who can give the traditional ideas and inspiration which is going on from thousands of years. So that is secret in that way. If you make it public, then what will happen? It has no value, which is easily available. People pay no value to that. So what we are giving meditation class, this class, that class. Our total even the number of people who come to us, number is very limited. But when you get $1,000, $5,000 charges, go and how much is the number there? See? So when it has become public, easy, it is very difficult to value that. So anyhow, so here also the Muni, the sage is saying, "Go, king, listen. I am going to relate to you. I am going to that is Saram, which is the essence, which is Gujjatamam. Gujjatamam means most secretive. Param. Among that, it is a supreme secret. There are many secrets, not to divulge, but this is greatest of the secret of the secret. Jaduktam, which had been told before, which has been Jad Uktam, which has been said before. Vasudevana, who said? Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Vasudev's son. Vasudev's son is Krishna. Vasudevena. To whom he said? Parthaya. To Partha. This message has been given by Vasudeva Krishna to the Partha Arjuna. Parthaya.
He's the son of Pitha. That's why
Her mother's name is Pitha. That's a different thing. Partha. Partha. Shoka Shantayo. Shoka Shantaye. Shoka means grief, bereavement, pain, agonies, Shanti. To reduce or to remove. Right? That means to lift him from the Shoka. Shoka means bereavement or pain. So this was given. I'm not telling anything of my ego. See the humility of the sages, no? Sages could have, the sage, such a respected sage, he could, I am telling this, it happened to my life, I am the great teacher. No, I. Rather, here also, in the Ramakrishna tradition, that is the training. It is Sri Ramakrishna's what he said. It is Vivekananda what he said. It is the Upanishad what he said. Not I said. Yes, you may say I say, but it should match with that. Maybe you have very, and that I, people normally say in our tradition, in a very intimate group. They don't want to say that, but sometimes it comes out. Swami Prabhuvananda's many personal, intimate discussions, he has said something. He has said, okay, those who got initiated, they will be free. I will come at the end. You know? Normally they don't say all these things, but to encourage one devotee, maybe he has just it came out. But in other areas, no. They are referring to my master, Maharaj said that. Ramakrishna said like that. So this is the tradition. I am sage. I am Shantabrata Rishi. I am austere, good. But I am not telling what I understand. That's why in this country, we are in, sometimes I feel very embarrassed when they say, you tell about your own experience. What experience? My experience will do. You have to go to the experience of the realized people who have done, who are authenticated by Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Shivananda. You know more what has happened in my life. I may be confused and I may glorify. I have this vision. I have that experience. That experience has transformed you totally. It may have done some good, undoubtedly, but that should not be the focus. So the questioning is a very intelligent, response is also very intelligent. So they hear how guarded and cautious they are not to express their own ego talk. Rather, it is the Krishna Vasudevaya, Yaduktam Vasudevena, by Vasudeva, Parthaya to Partha, for his shoka, grief, bereavement, shantai, to bring peace of his appeasement or making that mind peaceful.
Even that Jogo Vasishta Shara, the Bengali essence of that, no authors were there. because they wanted to keep themselves hidden. So the Dirashananda Swami wrote that I searched a lot, but I could not find who is the author of that great treasure.
Yeah, that's why always in the Western world, Hinduism is so much misunderstood because you have no historical document. They don't write, I am such and write the year and this and that. No. But what is our style in the West? I write an article, immediately I write date, space, time, and it stamp it so that it is not stolen by somebody. Huh? But in India, where they'll keep, they are so humble, they don't want to express their name. They expressed in the name of good people even. That's why they are say many compositions are there which is going on in the name of Acharya Shankar. But they are written by some other saintly person afterwards. They don't want to put their name, but they think that if it is said that Shankara in the name of, I'm the servant of Shankara, Acharya Shankara, so it is Shankara has that, and they push it. So that's why they to efface their name, efface their ego. That is the point. So that is thereafter the king. So we ended. So listen, O king, I shall relate to you the essence of extremely secretive supreme truth, which was spoken by Vasudeva to Arjuna for removing his overwhelming grief. Because his son died, so that was the. Okay. So now 15 verse. 15 verse says, Shanti Gite Vikhyata Sada Shanti Pradayini Pura Sri Guruna Datta Kripaya Paraya Muda Shanti Gita iti Vikhyata. What I will tell you, that is famously known as Shanti Gita, the song of peace, song of peace. Shanti Gita itya Vikhyata. It's famous in the name Shanti Gita. Sada Shanti Pradayini. Sada means any time you read. Sada means all the time. Shanti Pradayini. It will bring Shanti. It will bestow this book, anyone reading with much devotion and understanding its meaning, as if this book is like a mother. She will bestow peace, Shanti Pradayini. And it is not I am creating for you something. Pura Sri Guruna Datta. Pura means in the past. Sri Guruna, my Guru, the honoring. You can say my Guru, my honorable Guru, Sri Guruna Datta. He gave it to me. When I heard from my Guru, Datta means is given. Given means it is not a book and a hand to give like that. But that the teachings of this Shanti Gita was given by my Guru. That means here is question of tradition. I am not saying my thing. I am saying I received from my Guru. He received from his Guru. Like that, it is a lineage coming from Vyasa. Because Vyasa's Mahabharata, we don't find this. But it is not everything possible to be there in the Mahabharata. Because those days people used to speak in Sanskrit. So, suppose whatever you have spoken from morning till now in English, our mother language, or in your own language, someone have typed and put it. How many volumes will be today? Today itself, all the talks, rubbish or whatever, good or bad, whatever we have said from morning till now, how much will be the volume? So, This Mahabharata is so big. People think how it is possible, how it is. It is not impossible. Sanskrit was the common language. As we use from morning till night, they used to use this language all the time. So in the conversing in the warfield, so this book, it is at 342 verses. Huh? 24. Okay, 42, it is turned opposite. 324 verses. So 324 verses, we will say, oh my God, yes, we will take maybe 1 year, 2 years, God knows. I do not know. But say 324 verses, those who speak in Sanskrit, how long it will take? 1 hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours? We chant 700 verses of Chandi. How long it takes?
2 hours.
2 hours. Huh? So 324, say 2 hours. Oh my God, where is the time? How can they say this is not right? They have interjected some wrong things here inside. It is not, because it is their mother language. They used to speak fluently in Sanskrit, and when it is jotted down, someone has collected one portion segment that is called this, another called Uddhava Gita, another called this, and then it was gradually came into the script. That was the great blessings who were so kind, kept in their memory and translated or expressed, and that came into writing. Writing came much later. Language was more oral. But anyhow, so let us go to the 15th verse. So those teachings, Shanti Gita, Shanti Gita iti vikhyata, and that is Shada Gita, that imparts peace at all times. Shanti Pradayini. And I have heard it Pura in the past. Sri Guruna Datta, the Guru has given me Kripaya Paraya Muda. Kripaya, by his grace. He is just so kind that he gave me this lesson of the Shanti Gita. Paraya Muda. That means with great joy. He has given with much delight this entire Shanti Gita to me, which is filled with truth and absolute truth. So you wanted to listen about truth, so I'll tell you that. Okay? So those teachings are well known as Shanti Gita, that imparts peace all the time. In the past, my holy Guru, out of his infinite kindness, taught me with great joy that essential truth. So this is the 15th verse. And now the 16th verse that ends this introduction. 16 verses. Tangte Bakshami Rajendra Rakshita Jatnatu Maya Bhavad Bhubut Sayarajan Bhavat Bhubut Sayarajan Srinusha Avahita Stiraha Srinusha Avahita Stiraha. So it is very simple. The sage said to the king, Tam, that truth what I have heard from my Guru, to you, Bakshami, I shall tell you, I shall relate to you. O Rajendra, O King of Kings, it is Rakshita, it has been preserved. I have preserved with much devotion in me. Rakshita, preserved, Jatnato, with much care. I have nurtured it in my heart for so many days. I have not told you this particular text, but I am keeping it in my heart. So the teacher gets happy if they find one good student. Ramakrishna was happy whenever he used to see Naren, no? A good student. So whoever a bright student, the teachers are very happy. You all know, if you find somebody who is bright and brilliant and interested to know about you, how you feel joy, how you want to tell so many things which you don't tell others. So similarly, the Guru here, Shanta Brata, no, yeah, he is saying that Twang, O Rajendra, O Raja, O King, I will tell you this truth, which I am preserving with me, myself, with so many years, with love and affection. Bhavat Bhuvutsa, because I'm telling you why? Because you have the desire to know. You are thinking that you want to know this truth, know the highest truth. So it, it talks about the highest truth. So I am the right type of student. This is the point. We talked about that. Anything you give, you should give to a right person. That's why you call Sattvika gift, Rajasika gift, Tamasika gift. There are three types of gift mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. What is Sattvika gift? Acha, what is Tamasika gift? You give a, something to a person which is worthless, useless, and he does not understand its import or meaning or any value of it. As best example is the swine, and you throw this pearl. No? Now, this is the worst gift. Second gift is called Rajas gift. You give something, they will give you back with that intention you give. And don't think whether it's fit or unfit. And best gift is that when you know the right person has come who can understand it. Huh? See, we have seen John Dobson. So many people used to come here to listen to his talk. But he was so excited when he find one sincere student putting any question. He will go out of the way. He will teach him how to make the telescope, this, that. Don't think about himself. You go to some other distant land, distant place to do this sincere yearning. So here, that is, he is competent, he is sincere, he means it. That's the right type of student. Eh? And our scripture also said that Odhikari too. Yeah, who is Odhikari? Competent student. And then you have read how do you call the Vedanta Sara. There very beginning it is given. Who is a student? Who has is Adhito Akhila Veda Vedangattena. He has studied all the Vedas and auxiliary Vedas, music, dance, and other sciences. Akhila Vedartha, Osmin Janmani in this life and or in other life, they are very pure, did not do any sinful activity. Asmin Janmani, Janma Antareva, Kamya, Nishiddha, Varjana, Purashara. Wow, what a definition of a student. We will all get zero. Osmin Janmani, in this life, he has not committed any wrong. Osmin Janmani. Janma Antare, in my previous life, I didn't do anything bad. Oh my God. Janmantare. And what I have not done, kammo. I didn't desire for any material worldly things. Kammo. Nishiddha. I have not done anything which is forbidden to be done. I am so good. Huh? Oh my God. Where shall you get a student like that? Kammo Nishiddha Varjana Purassaram Nikhila Nirmala Santa. His heart will be absolutely pure and stainless. Oh my God, that should be the student to read this Vedanta Saram. So those are old style. That's why we are fortunate. Ramakrishna came in this age, he has made it easy. He says, who is a devotee? Who loves God, who wants to see God. But forget about that. All these qualities he has not mentioned much. Only if he is sincere, then he is the right student. So that is reduced. That's the advent of the avatars. But previously, to read this book, the student will be judged by that. You know that Indra and Virochana, the two came to a teacher to learn, and Guru sent him to 33 years austerity first, before talking anything. They came to know, sir, I want to know the Atman, which is birthless, deathless, etc. Oh, is it so? Go and do austerity. And they went, both the king of heaven and king of what is called Asuras, both of them went 33 years austere practice, fasting, this, that, to purify the mind, purify the mind. So we are fortunate that we are born in this current age. So our qualifications, they don't say anything. Say only, Baba, you love God, okay, come here. and you will get everything. Eh? They don't keep anything. They give the mantra, they give the spiritual wisdom. Everything is there giving, pouring out. That's the grace of this age. So it's because you are sincere, vibhutsa, you are desiring to know, O Rajan, O King, Sinusha, listen to me. Abahita sthiraha. Abahita means when I say, don't look like this here. Be focused on me, what I say. Abahita and sthira. Sit, stay. Focus on me, what I say. Listen to that. That much the teacher can expect. Eh? Yeah, even the school teacher, you are all teachers. When you were in your classroom and the students are doing text messaging and this and that.
Smartphone, you can keep on doing
Yeah, text messaging and this and that. How will you like? Your teaching will be stopped and you go on talking. Hey, what are you doing? So you think that that's why they don't get a good grade and they blame the teacher is wrong. But teacher is teaching the same thing. The student's ability is different. But at least here, the same thing. The sage is saying that, O King of Kings, I have preserved this truth, those truth with me so long, with utmost care. Because of your earnest desire to know, I shall now relate that truth to you. O King, please listen with attention and steadfastness. Two things necessary. That is the major thing for us also, to be steadfast and to be attentive. So we get the message. So here ends the introduction part of this Shanti Gita. Next week we'll be starting the chapter 1. That means what actually Shanti Gita talks about. First chapter of that we'll be starting. First chapter, Shanti Gita, verse number 1, we'll start next time. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Now we can have little time for question answer.
There is just one question.
Achha.
Can we have the English translation of the
that.
text?
अच्छा बोलते दाओ प्रश्नটা বলো.
Can we have the English translation of the text, Shanti Gita?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shanti Gita, as already I have mentioned twice or thrice, Shanti Gita, Shanti means peace. Gita is the Gita. Gita means song. Gita comes from music. In Sanskrit, Gita is the song of peace. Alright. This is like a Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna, Arjun, we call the, what is it called?
No,
He's asking for the text.
no, he wanted the translation of the text.
Translation of the
That is
text.
what
Yeah, translation of the text. That I am saying it is not available. So I am doing that translation. That's why I am reading from my translation. When I am reading the last time, the running translation, that is doing from that. But it will not be, I will have to edit more and more, and it will come out later on. We cannot give it to, but please be, this is, if you want to study this, please pay attention word by word. I am making the translation, then I am giving a right running translation. So if you listen and if you have the text in your hand, and it is like a student, if you are very serious, then take a pencil. And I am asking every word, you can note down so that it will remain with you. And hoping that when the book will come out, of course, when it comes out, you will get it. For the time being, it is not in a position, I am not in a position to, I'll have to work hard. Okay. Oh, yes, that is the point that, yes, we will do this. Any question then?
Oh,
There is a question.
Ah.
Why Thakur does not
What if-
stick to other qualifications?
Why?
Why Ramakrishna does not ask for other qualifications?
Then we will not be able to, his purpose of incarnation will go away. He has come for the all. He is out of love for all humanity. Then we will be all excluded. We will not get admitted into the school of spirituality at all. See, we will not be able to enter in this Vedanta temple. If you give all these qualities, tell me. I have told you the qualities. First, you have to read all the Vedas. Tell me, who can read all the Vedas? After reading, you have understood the overall meaning of the Vedas. Huh? These small 324 verses will take us for about 1 year or 2 years, I do not know. And you read this entire Vedas, 4 Vedas, then you enter, then you cannot enter into the door. So where shall you go then? Avatar comes, incarnation, Ramakrishna came to make it easy for us. He knows our weakness. We have not the patience and knowledge why to know the English, know the Sanskrit and learn at so much time. Well, no, that's why he made it easy. Are you sincere for God? That's the purpose. And if that sincerity is there, all things will be coming up. He is not doing any concession in that sense, but only we can enter into it. And if you are sincere, the sincerity will open up everything. And by His grace, all the imperfections will be corrected. An example is that look at the lives of the disciples of Ramakrishna. Look at their disciples. Look at how many people had got illumination by this way. So, see who is in the Vedas, what the truth? Veda Murti is Ramakrishna. He has amended himself in this according to the need of the age and gave this wonderful message in a simple language. And we read in the gospel how simple it appears, but still it is difficult for us. So this is the age of concession for allowing us to be included in this journey of spirituality. No? Otherwise, who could be in a traditional way, even to be a monk is an easy matter. You go to Indian tradition. Are you born in a high-class Brahmin family? Have you been initiated by this Paramahamsa, that Paramahamsa? We, in our Ramakrishna order, anyone in the world comes from any background, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, this, that. You love God, that is the fundamental question. And then exercise your total energy how to realize God. Finish. So that is the essence of the Vedas. So that's why Sri Ramakrishna in this age, why he did not insist on those, because then his purpose of coming in the world will be, and the world will be all mess, all selfishness, all this meanness, unkindness, true devoid of true spiritual life. People will fight. I go to the mosque, I am a Muslim, my religion is the only religion. I come to the Hindu temple, I am a Hindu, I am the all are wrong. That fight will continue. But Ramakrishna said, no, you go to mosque, you go to Hindu temple, you go to church, I don't mind for that. But are you becoming spiritual? Are you enjoying the bliss of God? Are you eating the mango? Or talking about mango? And fighting with this guy, this tree is better than that tree, and then come with a sword and fight with each other. That is the purpose. And how many people are now getting connected with this universal ideal? It is in the Vedic time, it is also there. In this book also you will find it. But the question is that to make it much easier, according suited to the context of our time, Sri Ramakrishna came and did it. Okay? So everyone, of course today there is no question because it's a story, more of a story. I know. Huh? Okay. So thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Tomorrow will be our gospel class at 7:30. So hope to see you again. Jai Ma. Thank you. Bye.